got a hell of an interview for you. Tell a little bit about Caprice's background, man, for people who are not too familiar with his body of work.
Man, listen, this man has been all over Ring of Honor. He was a tag team partner with Cedric Alexander when they were in Ring of Honor. They were the CNC Wrestling Factory. They've done a lot of stuff in Japan. Caprice has been all over in Africa, Qatar. He's Qatar champion. He was Wrestlecade champion, Ring of Honor tag team champion. He's worked for WWE. He still currently works for Ring of Honor. He's one of the best color commentators to ever grace the tables and the mic. He works alongside Ian Riccoboni. He's been with Omega. He's worked with Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Shane Helms. Like this man needs his flowers, bro. Like he really needs his flowers. He's one of those guys that does not get the credit that he so deserves. Because he's always so giving to others. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're in store for a very, very amazing interview to learn about this man and learn about his career, learn about his path in religion as a pastor, and just really get a chance to get to know Caprice Coleman. And if you haven't, man, go and check out some of the stuff that he's done in terms of wrestling. Go and look him up on YouTube and watch him on Ring of Honor. He's very entertaining, very, very entertaining. I don't think there's ever been a situation where I've been around Caprice and he did not do something that would entertain you. Like you could have a bad day, just be sitting around, and he would walk up and say something goofy or silly. I remember one day I was at a Wrestlecade and I was doing a promo for another company. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, anybody that's any wrestlers, young wrestlers, do not do that unless you get permission. That's not good business. But I was doing a promo, and Caprice happened to walk up behind me, and it was a wall behind me. So he's walking by the wall, and he's looking like he's looking for an exit or something. And I turn around, and in the middle of my promo, I was like, what is going on right now? And I was like, we got Caprice Coleman. And he was like, oh, hey, man, hey, what's going on? And I was like, you want to add something? And then he went into a whole promo right then and there. And then he challenged me to a match which we never, ever, ever have not gotten yet.
Ooh. Oh, man.
I came back in the right time.
Right time. He was about to talk cash junk about you, man. I was about to stop.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Caprice Coleman. Caprice, please give us a quick rundown for those who are been living under a rock and don't know your body of work. Give us a rundown of what you've done and everything that you are.
I'm not good at that. I can say I've been part of the sport for the greater part of 25 years. Started out as a referee, trained under Matt and Jeff Hardy. Started with their promotion, New Frontier Wrestling Alliance, turned into Omega. By the time it got to Omega, I went from referee into wrestling, and been wrestling with them until they got signed. Ended up going to NWA Wildside for some years. I got a lot of WWE work through that, TNA work, TNT and TNA and all, whatever their name were at the times. And then after that, had some Ring of Honor work, and then I went overseas for a while. Did some contract work for the military, and while I was overseas in Kuwait, did wrestling over there. And still connected with them. Came back to the States in 2009. Went back to NWA Wildside, which was NWA Anarchy, I think, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ring of Honor called, WWE called, TNA called, and they were all just trying to see where I was at. And I kind of got the vibe that they felt like I was older by that time. I was always really hot on the indies over there in the magazines of next best thing type deal, but never got a contract. And Ring of Honor called me and they said they're getting ready to get bought out. they're getting ready to be bought by a big TV station and need some more wrestlers, and they definitely want to bring me aboard when they sign them. If I could hold up, because now like they're talking to me like I'm like 72 years old, bro. And and I was like, yes, of course I can, I could do it or whatever. And they said, we got this idea, we want to do it, And so they end up being sold to St. Clair Broadcast, and they bring me on. And this time I'm working the indies pretty hard. And when I got back in country, back from Kuwait, everybody was like, hey, what's your rate? And I told them my rate, and it was like, oh, okay, well, we could get Cedric Alexander for so and so and so. I was like, okay, get Cedric Alexander. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
threaten me
so yeah, and so I've heard this like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, who is Cedric Alex? What the world? Who is this guy? And so then I see him on the show, and so I called my brother, said, I want to be on the show. And I ended up being on the show, and I think Cedric's like the first match, and he was really, really young at this time. And so I'm kind of shaking my hand, everybody seeing me, being nice to me in the back. Like, I'm really popular to wrestlers, but like the fans, I'm okay. But and so after I made my rounds in the back, now I'm playing. But his match goes on, so I'm at the curtain, I'm watching this dude, and my brother, Sweet Dreams, he's watching this dude. And 30 seconds in, we're looking at each other like, this guy has it. Like, it's just some people, they just have it, you know what I mean? And so we introduced each other after that, and just kind of kept in contact, no big deal. And then we would end up at seminars together, and I would say, hey man, you stay at that side of the room, I stay at this side of the room, because they're gonna see us together. They're gonna try to make us the new Ebony Express or Harlem Heat or something. So you stay in your lane, I stay in mine. And so it's kind of our joke. But then Ring of Honor, like when Ring of Honor does, hey, we got this idea. They say, we got this young guy that we think is really good, and we want to tag him up with like a mentor. And we think y'all will be a great tag team. I said, okay, what's his name? Cedric Alexander. I was like, all right, cool. We never worked together, wrestled or anything. And we get up to the show. I think the show was in Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. And that was like the first time we like planned a match or anything. And we went against, I think, like Future Shock, was Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. And we went against I can't think of their names now, but they're a pair of brothers, and they had like their gimmick was like their mama's boys. One of them wrestles right now. He's in WWE now.
Was it Julio De Niro?
No. One brother's like a mayor, and the other one's in WWE. He does like a teacher gimmick.
Chase, Andre Chase.
Yeah. What was they were anyway. Dang, I'm having a brain fart, but they were tremendous guys, great wrestlers or whatever. But we wrestled them like that was our first match, and the first night we had 2 matches, and they loved us, and like we didn't have a name or anything, and we were kind of in the ring like this is good, like, you know what I mean. And so we got signed and been at Ring of Honor ever since. And we had a tag team run. He, of course, went off and went to WWE and all, proud of him and all. But I just stayed with Ring of Honor, and Ring of Honor just never lied to me. Then the pandemic happened. Ring of Honor went out of business after the pandemic. They paid us through the pandemic. I don't even know if I'm telling the side of the story you want to hear. That's why I'm like, I'm not good at this. Tell me what you've done.
No, man, keep going. Keep going.
And so, and then everybody's contracts are running out or whatever. And then we did the final battle, and just knowing that we were told that it'd pick back up in like April or whatever, but it was kind of like we were taking a hiatus. And then at the end of April, I'm turning on TV. And my new boss is Tony Khan, and we didn't know it. It was kind of like it was kind of like me watching TV. I'm finding out then we didn't know if he was gonna use Ring of Honor for the video archives, or if he was gonna just take a couple of guys and just kind of be done with it, or what. But by the grace of God, man, he took it and he has his heart into it, where he's really trying to like do something with it. and I was part of the first 10 people to be called back, and I've been there since. So I work for Ring of Honor under AEW now, and I just keep in touch with people, man, and I just try to show love, bro, because I've been on all aspects of wrestling, from refereeing to wrestling to managing to producing to talk show host to commentating, and that's kind of where I'm at now. So I'm literally, like, they call me the Swiss Army knife of pro wrestling. Mr. Versatility. I'm not Mr. Everything. That's Mr. Everything right there. But yeah, that's just kind of been my thing, man. And God, I've just in my career, I've always said yes to opportunities, and it's blessed me to where I'm able to do a lot of things in the same sport.
Gotcha.